Around town this morning, Factory Week continues here on Good Day Columbus.
And Mr. Cameron Fontana is inside Kroger's dairy plant in Newark. Good morning, Cam.
Hey, that's right, guys. So day 2 of Factory Week, and all I gotta say is today we got milk because we're at Tamarack Dairy Farms, and what's really cool about this place is they provide a lot of the milk, sour cream, and milk products for Kroger. And with me is Elisa. How are you doing, Elisa?
Wonderful, thanks. How are you today?
Good. So how much milk runs through this factory?
Over 1 million gallons of milk a week, which is the equivalent to about 15,000 cows.
Oh my goodness. And what type of milk products? Because it's not just the kind of milk that you drink, right?
It's fluid milk. We also do yogurts, cottage cheese, sour cream, and other juices and teas.
Wow. And how long has this factory been here?
1978.
Nice. And what are we kind of taking a look at? I know the rest of the morning we're going to see the details of the assembly, but this I can tell is where the milk is bottled. Is that right?
Yep, you're seeing the fluid milk bottling here. That's the 2% gallon milks that are running in the line right now.
And when you think about all the different types of bottles that go through here, how far does it reach, the milk that's produced here?
We deliver milk to 3 different divisions.
Okay.
Cincinnati, Dayton, and some mid-Atlantic area.
Nice.
Yeah. Our yogurts go all the way to California.
So the yogurt hits the West Coast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yep.
So all this morning on Good Day Columbus, we're going to see the different parts of the factory and how each step in the process is for the milk to be made. So we're going to toss it back to you guys. Get ready to get very visual because this looks awesome.
All right, thanks, Cam. A lot of milk there.
26 minutes after 8 o'clock this morning, Cameron's getting a sneak peek at how your favorite foods actually make it to the grocery store.
He is spending this morning at the Kroger dairy plant in Newark. Cam, good morning. What's going on?
Hey, that's right, guys. So this step in the process is the very beginning of the milk jug, the birth of the jug, if we will, right, Whitney?
Yes, it is.
So how does it start? You're holding in your hand really the remnants of jugs prior and new jugs?
Yes, so this is how we receive the plastic that ultimately ends up into a bottle, as you can see over here. So it comes in little tiny pellets.
Wow, so then all the way at the top, you can see like this blue tube. They get shot down into this heating mechanism on the tube.
Yes, they go down to a hopper, which is fed into a screw that melts it as it's going down through into the molds. And once the melted resin goes down into the molds, there's air blown into it.
Whoa.
That basically blows it up into the bottle.
And if you go right over here and we are able to grab one of these, you can see the white part is very, very hot, but this is what the mold looks like.
Yes, this is what the mold looks like as it comes out, and then it'll ride on the cooling bed so that the bottles be cool before they're trimmed.
So this is a big fan right here.
Yes.
And then once it goes down, you have to trim the fat, right?
Yes, you have to trim off the top, you got to trim off the bottom. And once that happens, it's shot up into an alpine, which ultimately goes through a heating tunnel that's called an annealer that'll heat the bottles at about 1100 degrees in order to shrink them.
Wow.
So it keeps them from expanding as they sit when we bag
And you
them.
can see them shoot them up right there, and it goes to the top and it goes around. Now, the bottle that we're seeing over here, it gets shrunk again, you said?
Yes, it does. So it goes through the annealing tunnel, which is about 1100 degrees, and that's what shrinks it, so it keeps it from expanding. We ultimately put a lot of the bottles into bags, and that's how we store them.
And so this isn't a perfect 1 gallon. It's once it's shrunk again, that becomes the perfect 1 gallon, right?
Correct, yes.
Cool. So coming up next, you know, I love milk jugs, but you need milk inside of them, don't you?
Yes, we do.
So we're going to see how they put the milk on the inside here at Tamarack Farms Dairy. We're going to toss it back to you. Look at that. We got a jug right here. Let me rip it.
Oh, mercy.
Well, it's easy to wonder how all those groceries you buy get from the farm to your fridge, right?
Well, Cameron this morning is getting an inside look at the Kroger dairy plant in Newark for Factory Week. Hey, Cam.
So earlier you saw us make the milk jug bottles. Now they are transferred into this room here at the factory in order to be filled with milk, right, Whitney?
Yes, it is.
So go down the process. It goes down the cool slide, and then what's the first step right here?
So as it comes down the alpine, it's going to go through our labeler. So that determines, what kind of product that we're filling in the bottle is what label that we're going to put on it.
And this label, is it like sticky? Does it get with a heat press? How does it get put on?
It's sticky. It's basically like a sticker just being pressed down onto the bottle, coming off of a clear plastic roll.
Nice. So then once it has this label, it goes right around, and then Edwin's going to go right over here to have the milk put inside. Now, this machine, about how much milk is going to be produced in an average day?
In an average day, we produce probably about 100 to 120,000 gallons.
Wow.
90,000 half gallons we do every day.
And what's so cool to see is that every step of this is automated. So it goes around, it puts the milk in. You even have the little caps right there too.
Yes, the capping is automated, so it can be shut and turned off by touch screen.
Look at that.
And then it has cap chucks that twist and put the cap down on tight.
Now, once it's filled up, once the cap's on really tight, it's got the seal, it's got the date on it, where does it go from here?
From here, it goes out into what we call our case or stacker room, and that's where it's put into the blue milk cases that you see at the stores.
Oh, like the blue crates.
Yes.
Nice. Now, not only do you do milk here, but if we have time, Edwin, I'll let you lead the way. I also see some juice.
Yes, we do orange juices, we do teas, we do fruit drinks.
How cool is that? All right, so we've seen milk, and coming up in the next segment, I think we're going to preview of either sour cream or yogurt. You guys make more than milk, right?
Yes, we do. We make culture products. So we have sour cream, yogurt, cottage cheese, dips, all of those.
All right, I am feeling the milk today, guys. We're going to toss it back to you. I just want to look at this because I like seeing them all on the line.
This morning, Cameron Fontana is continuing his factory week tours, and he is in Newark looking at a dairy plant. It's the one that supplies Kroger.
All right, so let's see what he's gotten himself into now, Cam.
Yep, that's right, guys. So we said earlier, we showed you the process of milk being made, but milk isn't the only dairy product here at Tamarack Farms Dairy, is it, Whitney?
Correct.
So you're making yogurt, is that right?
Yes.
So how does it take from milk to yogurt? What's the process?
Well, the milk goes through what we call a batching process where we add powders to get the solids and the butter fat. And from there, it makes it into a plain base that goes into another large vat.
Oh.
And from there, it is pulled over into our machine that we have here.
Nice. So this is it right here.
Yes, this is it right here. So this is where it's pulled over into, and then we add in whatever kind of flavoring of the fruit that we're doing on that product right now.
What's the flavor today?
Today is light vanilla.
Light vanilla, and I'll tell you what, it smells so good. It smells like vanilla in here. I just want to get some granola. So once it's mixed properly, then we go over to the packaging, correct?
Yes.
So what are the steps in this?
So in here we have this is our 6-ounce filling machine.
Okay.
So we have 6-ounce cups that get loaded into the machine, and then through the pump and the pistons, the product gets put down into the cups, and then once it's in the cups, it gets sealed with a foil, an aluminum foil, with heat. So it's sealed with heat.
Look at that, and then it gets sent out, and then from here I'm assuming it gets shipped and or refrigerated.
Yes, it gets packed into a 12 package, heat sealed as well, and then from there it goes out to our warehouses.
Look at that, it's like a conveyor belt of fun. I love it.
Yes, it is.
So how long does it take? This you said was like the light vanilla flavor. How long does it take to switch the flavors out? Say you want to make a new batch. What's the time frame for that?
It's very quick. So when we want to change over to a different item, depending on the coloration of the fruit, it can take a little bit longer. We'll have to wash out more if it's darker and you're going to lighter and so forth.
Well, this is fresh.
Yes.
Nice.
So that's a good step.
And one thing I'm hearing in the background, I know it's loud in here, but there's almost a musicality and a beat to it. If you can hear this, you ever just rock out to it and start freestyling?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Whitney's a freestyler, guys. We're going to toss it back to you. Let's see. Hanging it out at Tamarack Dairy Farm, making some Kroger yogurt for my farm. See, I'm not a rapper, Whitney.
Not very,
No.
not very good.
That's gonna take some work.
Not to mention how you're slowing down production at this moment in time.
Around town, Cameron continues his factory tours.
Today, he's checking out a dairy plant out near Newark that supplies places like Kroger. Cam?
Okay, so we've seen this morning how milk is made, yogurt, even juice. But Whitney, what happens once you make it? You got to get it out of here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the process? I see a lot of crates behind that.
So the process is they'll come through the wall from the fillers that we saw earlier, and they get packaged into either a milk case, or as you can see, we have corrugated boxes as well that the product can get put into. And it all rides on conveyors into our cooler.
So then move to the storage, and then we go through these really cool Star Wars doors.
Yes.
And then this is just one of the storage rooms, right?
Yes, it is. This is one of our large coolers. We have 2 areas, one that we call a new cooler, and this is the older cooler.
How many gallons of milk do you store on an average, on a daily average?
We can store up to 85,000 cases in this cooler area. Yes.
And then from here, where is it shipped?
So from here, it ships to any of our divisions or DSD stores, direct store deliveries. And we can also ship to warehouses. We ship all the way across the country with some of our yogurts, so it
That
goes
is
to
so
a lot of
cool.
places.
Now, we are also joined by Jennifer right here with Kroger. How's it going, Jennifer?
Good. How are you?
Good. So Whitney and Jennifer, let's keep walking because this is just a small fraction, right, Jennifer, of how many factories and plants you have to distribute.
Yes, Kroger operates 38 manufacturing plants across the country, including 17 dairies just like this one.
Wow, that's a lot of milk.
It is a lot of milk.
You need a lot of cows. Now let's see, the button is right here. We're learning our way around the plant. This is awesome. So, and it's not just milk that you guys produce, right?
No, we produce everything from bakery goods, dairy items. We also produce meat and thousands of other grocery items. Nearly 40% of the Kroger brand products that you see in our stores are produced at a Kroger manufacturing plant.
That's so cool. Now, Whitney, real quick, these are actually Kroger-specific orders, right?
Yes, it is. So these are deliveries that are going to go directly to our Kroger stores in our Columbus division, Cincinnati, Dayton division, and West Virginia areas.
That is awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting us take a tour on Good Day Columbus today.
Well, thank you. We liked having you here.
You know what? We've had so much fun. I need some milk. Can we get some milk now?
Absolutely.
All
Orange
right.
juice, yeah.
We're going to go get some fresh milk and orange juice. We'll see you guys. Here, let's open this cool door. Yeah.
No! Oh,
Oh, there they. All right, there they go.
scared me. Like, don't touch anything.